Scamala and Scamala are just that, shams and scams. And I want you to understand something very, very clearly here. That she is going to lose. And the reason why she's going to lose is multifold. Let me see if I can explain this to you. First and foremost, and this is probably one of the most important things I can tell you, she is an idiot. I know that may seem mean. I know that may not be the nicest thing to say. But she is profoundly a blithering idiot. She has no idea what she's saying. She has no context, no core, no belief system. There's nothing to her that even remotely makes any sense or that applies to anybody. It just doesn't. Okay? Let me explain that to you. Next, they have picked Tampon Tim. And they thought he was the surefire thing. He wasn't looking for anything. Josh Shapiro might have been a little too eager to perhaps promote his own name, to involve himself accordingly. But the thing that's important about all this is that he actually was good. He actually was great. This is Shapiro. He could have added gravitas, but he may have scared her because she needs somebody who absolutely is nothing. She needs a cutout, some type of a mannequin. So they pick this oafish, affable, loving, cuddly, Wilford Brimley meets Warren Buffett, kind of like, Uncle Dave to come along, and he's a hunter and a teacher and just a regular guy who's as leftist and insane as anyone can even imagine. So what's important for me to understand, and what's important for all of us to grasp, is that you, and everybody, must understand that he is a guy who wanted to put tampon, and did, tampon dispensers in the boys' room. He turned his back and allowed Minneapolis to burn almost to the ground. He caved in and gave in and capitulated to these radical domestic terrorists, these shock troops called Black Lives Matter. He is a man completely devoid of any rational behavior other than this ridiculous ethics, curricula, a la CRT, a la the usual stuff. This is a fellow who is got himself into real trouble when he started to push this fictional. He was doing okay in the National Guard as a master sergeant, but no, he had to say, no, I retired as a command sergeant major. It is absurd what he's doing. It's absurd. And all he had to do was just maintain logical stasis. Just don't go out of your way. Don't be this. But he is, because they didn't vet him. This is a guy who says he's with the National Guard, but didn't call the National Guard out to protect Minneapolis during this Black Lives Matter horror show when they burned it down in celebration of, or in memory of, this thug, this absolute waste of human flesh and DNA, this George Floyd, who through some weird leftist apotheosis, we were hijacked by the radical left and this, I don't want to say black militancy, but black or left delusion that somehow transformed this thug into somebody who was deserving of our praise and the like. It's incredible. I am, and I say this to you, I am shocked that today, after all is said and done, after they just got done with this Biden, the left is doubling down. And meanwhile, Joe Biden has disappeared and been disappeared. He's been kidnapped. And somehow the Democrats believe they don't have to do anything. They can just ride into the election by hiding her. This blithering, blathering, dunderheaded rube, this fool, this vacuous, void, vacant, insipid dolt, who, by the by, she was told, you cut this nervous cackling out now. You're not going to hear it. It might creep up every now and then. She's trying desperately to convert and to transform and transpose her image into something that's more palpable, that's more rational. This is what we're talking about. My friend, and I consider you my friend, this is not about left and right. This is not. These people aren't the left. We call them that out of shorthand. This is about a demented way of thinking that I can't put into context enough. What they've done, and not only to the country through Biden, but what they've done to their own Democratic Party. How they told people who voted 15 million, 14 million strong, they told you, screw you, we're running the show, not you. You're not running the show, we are. And we're telling you right now, we're going to pull Joe out of this. We're going to force him out through a variety of threats that you can only imagine to him and his family and his son. And we're going to put in this ditz. It should have been Gavin Newsom selected at the convention. That would have made more sense. Let the Democrats decide. But no, they're ham-handed and Soviet in their style, even with their own people. This is Stalin-esque. And the best part about it, the Democrats are too stupid to realize what's happening. And we can't let them get away with it. We cannot let this horrible team get anywhere near the White House or stewarding the helm of our beloved republic.